They just said something, you felt it. That little sting. That twisted smile. That comment wrapped in a joke that wasn't really a joke. And now they're waiting, watching you. Passive aggression isn't communication. It's a test. They want you loud. They want you defensive. They want you scrambling to explain yourself, desperate to prove you're not the bad guy. Today, you learn how to end it. Without raising your voice. Without playing their game. You only need 3 lines. And the third one? It changes the entire power dynamic. Calm communicates options. Calm signals status. Calm tells them you have somewhere else to be, someone else to talk to, and infinite patience for their nonsense because it doesn't touch you. The person who can stay calm owns the room. You're not here to win the argument. You're here to control the frame. And that starts with understanding exactly what passive aggression is and why it works so well. Passive aggression is indirect hostility. It's anger that refuses to show its face. It's resentment dressed up as politeness. It's the art of making you feel attacked while maintaining complete deniability. According to Psychology Today, passive aggression shows up in predictable patterns. Backhanded compliments. Sarcasm wrapped in humor. The weaponized must be nice. Deliberate delays when you need something. The silent treatment disguised as I'm fine. Listen to these and see if you recognize them. Wow, you're brave wearing that. Relax, I was only asking. Sure, whatever you want. I guess some people just have it easier. Don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand anyway. You feel it, don't you? That tension in your chest. That immediate urge to respond. And here's why it's so effective. It's deniable. The moment you call it out, they get to play the victim. I was just joking. Why are you so sensitive? I didn't mean it like that. Ambiguity is their weapon, and your natural instinct to defend yourself is exactly what feeds it. Most people lose before they even open their mouth. The trap isn't the passive-aggressive comment itself. The trap is your impulse to explain, to clarify, to prove you're not whatever they're implying you are. Because here's the truth, explaining is a form of seeking approval. When you defend yourself, you're implicitly accepting their authority to question you. You're stepping into their frame. You're admitting that their opinion matters enough that you need to correct it. And passive aggression feeds on explanations. The more you give, the more ammunition they have. The more you try to set the record straight, the deeper you sink into their game. Think about the last time someone made a passive-aggressive comment to you. What did you do? Did you rush to clarify? Did you over-explain your intentions? Did you try to smooth it over with a nervous laugh? That was the trap. When you rush to defend yourself, you confess weakness. So you don't defend. You redirect. And you do it with one line. Here's the framework. 3 lines. 3 escalating levels of control. Used in sequence, they dismantle passive aggression completely. Not your anger. Not your fear. Not your voice. Just 3 sentences. Calm. Controlled. Final. Let's start with line 1. This is how you expose the ambiguity. You say, "What do you mean by that?" That's it. 5 words. Calm tone. Neutral face. No sarcasm. No edge. This line is surgical. It forces them to clarify something they never intended to say directly. It removes their deniability. It makes them either commit to the insult openly or backpedal into absurdity. When they say, "Wow, must be nice to leave work early," and you respond calmly with "What do you mean by that?" you're not defending your schedule. You're putting the burden back on them. Now they have to explain what they meant. And in that moment, they have 2 choices. Admit they were taking a shot at you, or pretend it was innocent and look ridiculous doing it. Either way, you win. Let's look at how to adapt this. In a workplace setting, you could say, "Can you clarify what you mean?" With friends or family, a simple, "What are you trying to say?" is perfect. And in a text message, just send back, "What do you mean?" It's short, direct, and impossible to misinterpret. Now, let's say they double down, or try to squirm out of it. It's time for the second line, which is all about setting the standard. You say, "If there's an issue, say it directly." This is where you establish the rules. This is where you make it clear that you will not participate in coded language, hints, or emotional games. Line 2 communicates policy, not emotion. It's not stop being passive-aggressive. It's not you're being rude. Those are accusations, and accusations invite defensiveness. This is different. This is you defining how communication works in your presence. You're not arguing. You're setting terms. And here's what most people miss. Boundaries are not anger. Boundaries are architecture. When you say, if there's feedback, give it directly, you're not reacting. You're building a structure for how you will and will not be spoken to. The beauty of this line is that it sounds reasonable, collaborative, even, but it's backed by steel. It tells them, I will not decode your cryptic nonsense. Speak clearly or don't speak at all. Let's adapt it. In the workplace, you might say, if there's feedback, let's address it directly. With friends or family, you can be more blunt, say it straight, no hints. And over text, a simple, say it directly works perfectly. So you've exposed the ambiguity and you've set the standard. But what if they still don't stop? What if they continue with the sarcastic tone or the veiled insults? This brings us to the most important line of all. Line 3 is where you introduce consequence. You say, if you can't be direct, I'm ending this conversation. This is the line that changes everything. Because up until now, you've been clarifying and setting standards. But this is consequence. This is you making it clear that access to you is conditional. That your time, your attention, your very presence are not guaranteed. They can choose to communicate like an adult, or they can lose the conversation entirely. No threats, no emotion, just policy. And here's the part that makes this truly powerful. You have to mean it. You have to be willing to walk away. Because the moment you set a boundary you won't enforce, you teach them that your words mean nothing. A boundary is not a negotiation. It's a declaration. In a professional setting, this might sound like, if we can't be direct, we'll pause this conversation and continue later. With friends or family, it could be, if you keep doing this, I'm going to step away for a bit. And in a text message, if you can't, then I'm done discussing this. Let's walk through a full scenario. Imagine a coworker sees you leaving on time and says, must be nice to have a light workload. You stop, turn to them, and calmly say, what do you mean by that? They might get flustered and say, oh, nothing, just that you're lucky you get to leave on time. You hold your ground. If there's an issue with the workload distribution, we should discuss it directly. Now, if they continue with a sigh and say, never mind, some of us just have to pick up the slack, you deploy the final line. If you can't be direct about what the problem is, then I'm going to head out. We can schedule a time to talk about this properly tomorrow. And then you leave. You've exposed their game, set your boundary, and enforced a consequence without raising your voice or getting emotional. You've taken back all the power. This 3-line method works because it systematically dismantles the passive-aggressive strategy. It moves from curiosity to policy to consequence. You're not being aggressive, you're being clear. You're not starting a fight, you're ending a game. Remember, your calm is your superpower. By refusing to get emotional, you refuse to play by their rules. You force them to operate in a world of directness and accountability, a world where passive aggression simply cannot survive. Start practicing this. Use the first line the next time you feel that little sting. See how it feels to put the responsibility back where it belongs. You will be amazed at how quickly the dynamic shifts. You are in control. Thanks for watching. If this helped you, hit that subscribe button for more strategies on communication and personal power. See you in the next one.